Okay, Coach Craig Proctor, thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to talk about something that I actually did, which is dominate my local real estate market. And I know there's a lot of coaches and gurus out there today that talk about how to do this, but very few of them actually have any practical experience in dominating their marketplace. Now, that might seem like it's difficult to do, but it really is not. And I want to lay it out to you today how I did this. For those of you that don't know my backstory, within 3 years of having my real estate license, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world for commissions earned. So that was within 36 months of having my real estate license. So I want to talk to you about how I did that and kind of break it down and show you really how easy it is. Now, mind you, when I first got my license, I knew nothing, and my first year was very difficult because I did everything they told me to do. I made the same mistake that likely everyone that gets into real estate makes, which is, watching the other agents, believing it is the thing to do, doing what my broker told me to do at the time, which meant cold calling, knocking on doors, sitting in open houses, chasing for sale by owners, expired listings, doing all the traditional stuff. And I was failing in that first year. So all my success really came in that next 24 months. So I go from basically dumb as a pile of rocks to the top RE/MAX agent in the world within a 24-month period. So I want to talk about how I did that. The number one thing is you've got to learn how to market yourself. Many of you have a couple problems. Number one, obscurity. You have to battle obscurity. See, when I started, nobody knew who I was. So I learned how to create an omnipresence so everybody knew who I was. But just because a prospect knows who you are, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do business with you. So the bigger part of this is your offer, okay? You've got to learn how to have strong offers. How many of you are spending money on advertising and marketing and you're not getting a good return because your offer is just not that good? So I want to talk today about what the best offers would be and how to put those offers out there. Of course, there's other elements to this as well. So number one, we're going to talk about how to get prospects, good prospects, contacting you. And if we can get enough good prospects contacting you, you're going to have the luxury of choice, right? We want to be in a situation where you don't have to work with every buyer and seller because obviously some buyers are better than other buyers, some sellers are better than others. So that's how I became really successful, is I could pick and choose which buyers and sellers I believed were the most motivated, the most qualified, and spend my time with them. But how are we going to get these prospects? If I'm saying don't chase them, don't pursue them with cold calling and door knocking and sitting in open houses, what would be a better way to do this? The best way to do this today is to get the buyers and sellers contacting you. The other problem with traditional lead generation is it's very difficult to get people to pick up the phone today. Let me know in the comments if you found that to be a problem. So, running if you're buying leads from Zillow or you're doing typical traditional lead generation, it's very difficult to get a hold of the buyers and sellers because nobody wants to pick up the phone. So what would be better is if we could get the buyers and sellers calling you directly. Okay, that's really the key. And to be able to separate yourself from the other agents by making outstanding offers. If you've got a really good offer, buyers and sellers will seek you out. So right now, if you don't have a lot of buyers and sellers, it might tell you, well, I guess my offer isn't that strong. If you don't have a big long lineup of prospects that want to do business with you, if they're not contacting you, we've got to figure out a better offer. So today, we're going to talk about all the stuff that we were taught to do and taught to say to buyers and sellers. And we're going to rip that up. We're going to tear that up, and we're going to talk about what it is that buyers and sellers really, really want. Once we figure out what it is that buyers and sellers want and we start to offer that, I promise you, your phone is going to ring. Buyers and sellers will come to you. Is it frustrating maybe to see other realtors in your marketplace that aren't as good as you? They're not as experienced. They don't do as great a job as you do with your buyers and sellers, but maybe they're doing more sales. It's because of the marketing, right? So we've got to fix that marketing problem. That's the number one thing that I did is I fixed my marketing problem. Now, of course, when I fixed my marketing problem, I had other problems that came along, like how do I handle all the leads? And I had to grow a team and I had to be really good with follow-up. And I'm going to give you some information on all of that today. For those of you that stay till the end of our session here today, I'm going to make this available. It's a report on market domination. So we'll kind of walk you through the steps, but we'll try to do as much as we can on our live session here to answer most of your questions. So first of all, let's begin today by let me know what marketplace you're in. Okay, please type into the comments below what marketplace that you're in, because we do get a lot of referrals here in Craig Proctor Nation. We got 2 last week where people were on our Facebook Live, and we referred agents, one inside their city, another referral was from the other side of the country. So remember, one of the things that we're battling is obscurity. So you've got an opportunity, for example, right now to get your name out there. So let me know what major marketplace that you're in, and let's battle obscurity. Let's get your name out there, but let's also learn how to make the right offers in the marketplace. In your marketplace right now, the biggest problem you have is a lack of inventory. Okay, so our offer is always going to change based on what's happening in the marketplace, right? So over the 25 years I've been doing this, the offer that I make is going to change based on what's happening. So what's happening right now in the real estate market is you have a massive shortage of inventory. And what that means is sellers or homeowners are reluctant to list their home because they don't have the confidence that they can find another property. How many of you would agree? Let me know in the comments if you've run into that problem where you have a homeowner that wants to maybe move up to a bigger home. Maybe they're having another baby. They want to move, but they don't have the confidence to list their house because there's nothing on the market. And we have to understand that the easiest way to identify a seller is to get that seller to respond first as a buyer. In other words, it's very unlikely that someone's going to list their home for sale without knowing where they're going to go to next. I mean, you probably have sellers where you could bring them a great offer for way more than what their house is worth, but they're not going to accept an offer, even if it's for $100,000 more than what their home is worth. They're not going to sell their home until you can find them another property. So that's been the difficulty over the last couple years. Is there's no inventory. How many of you have buyers that are actually exhausted, right? You've had buyers that they've had 5 or 6 or 8 offers on properties. Either the property's sold before they even have a chance at it, or they keep losing out. So the buyer becomes kind of depressed, and the buyer might say, well, you know what, forget this. This market is crazy. We're not going to move. We'll try it again maybe next year. Okay, so if you agree that the biggest problem that the buyers have is they can't find another property, well, they're not going to list their house, and you want listings, right? So how do we solve this problem? First of all, we can't be doing what typical agents do. Typical agents set the buyer up to get daily updates on homes on MLS. Well, we already know that's not working. Plus, here's the other problem. The buyers can do this themselves, right? If your big offer to the buyer is, if you work with me, I'm going to email you daily updates of all the homes on MLS. The buyer's like, well, I'm good. I can do that myself, right? And the buyer, now that they know who has the property listed, could go around you and go directly to the listing agent. So you're not really offering anything that the buyer can't do themselves. Plus, what you're offering, emailing them daily updates, is exactly what all the other agents are offering as well. So there's no real advantage to you. You're not setting yourself apart from the other realtors, and you're not offering something that the buyer can't do on their own. But what you could do is you could go to bat, go the extra mile, and you could offer to your home hunter service to help the buyer find properties not only that are on the market, but properties that are not yet listed. So we kind of live in opposite world right now. Let me give you an example of what this would look like. So what we're always taught to do in real estate is we're taught to advertise our listing to get buyers to call us, right? Well, in this marketplace, try the opposite. Flip it around. Take your buyer and advertise what your buyer's looking for in the neighborhood that the buyer's looking to buy. Okay, so in this case, we're advertising the buyer to get the seller to contact us. One of my students did this a couple weeks ago with great success. She just took what the buyer was looking for and she placed it on Facebook. So we'll talk about where to run these offers. And it's really inexpensive. Like, for example, Facebook Marketplace doesn't cost you anything. You can run a Facebook ad like my client did for I think $10 a day was her budget on Facebook. So basically what she was doing is she was just saying, hey, I have a buyer. Their name is Steve and Cindy, and they're looking for a 4-bedroom home. They're looking for a 2-story, exactly what they're looking for. They've been pre-approved for financing. They're flexible on closing, and they're looking in the Glenway Estates area. If you're considering selling and you'd like an immediate cash offer at full market value, contact me. So you can see that this offer will appeal to some people. Now, you might be thinking, well, why would a seller do that? A seller could just list their house and get like 20 offers on it. That's true, but we have to understand this offer of an instant cash offer coming from your buyer is not going to appeal to 100% of the sellers, right? It's not going to. But this is why iBuyer companies are a thing. There is a marketplace for this. That's why Open Door, okay, and OfferPad, and Zillow Offers isn't around anymore, but that's why iBuyer companies exist, because there's a segment of the marketplace, especially with COVID, where the sellers don't want to go through the traditional home selling process, right? They don't want to list their house. Now, again, is that most of the sellers? No, it's not most of the sellers, but you don't need most of the sellers. You only need one seller in that neighborhood to respond. So how do we get it out there? We could, again, run an ad on Marketplace, okay, for free. We could run a little $10 Facebook ad where you're promoting not the last name of your buyers, but just their first names and exactly what they're looking for. And you might have 3 or 4 sellers that respond. Well, your buyer is only going to buy one property, so maybe you could just list the other properties, okay? You could even do this. You could even take your home hunter offer, that's what I call this, my home hunter offer, and you could approach all the for sale by owners in the area. And you could say to the for sale by owners, hey, I've got, there's a massive shortage of inventory in the marketplace right now. Would you be open to adding your property on to our unlisted property list? We have buyers that are looking for homes. They can't find one on the, now the FSBO might say yes. Or you could say to the FSBO, and we can also help you find a home. Simply tell us what you're looking for, the neighborhood, the style, the features that are important to you, and we will go out there and we will market to find a buyer so you can move, because that's the FSBO. If they're buying another home, has the same problem. They can easily sell their house. They probably will sell at FSBO, but now you can find them buy another property. So this is a little bit unique because we're advertising the buyer to find the seller. Let me know if that approach makes sense to you, right? We're in a marketplace where buyers can't buy because they can't find anything. We can be lazy about this, right? We can do what all the other realtors are doing, which is just sending them daily updates on what's listed on MLS, which is what all the agents do, and it's what the buyer can do themselves. So you're just offering something to the buyer that they're like, well, I can do that myself. I don't need a real estate agent to set me up with daily updates anymore. I can go directly to the listing agent and maybe save a couple $1,000s right there. They don't see a lot of value in the traditional offers that we make, where we talk about we're going to represent you and we're going to take care of you. Buyers today, they shop online. They try to get as much information as they can. And now that they can get that information on MLS, this is how you differentiate yourself. Go to bat, find them unlisted properties. Now, some of you might be saying, well, these are considered pocket listings, right? We're not allowed to do this. No, I'm not suggesting that you list the house and hold it back. Okay, that would not be allowed. These houses are not listed at all, right? The buyer's telling me what they're looking for, and then I'm spending my marketing dollars and I'm going out there and I'm finding homeowners that aren't listed that would like to sell their home. So this is basically treated like if you were going to go sell it for sale by owner, we would just get a commission agreement signed and you would double in the property, which is great. You can make your 5 or 6%. And chances are the person that responds may need help finding a home for them as well. And you could do the same thing. You could find out what they're looking for, and you could advertise in the neighborhood that they're interested in and find them a buyer. So we're going the extra mile here to offer buyers the thing that they want, okay? The thing that they want is they want to find a house. So we have to be a little bit creative to do this. So that's an example of an offer. Okay, now, you have to have an awesome presentation. Okay, your presentation, when you meet with buyers and sellers, it shouldn't be a wing it presentation. Okay, I spent many years experimenting with what I should say first, second, third, and so on to really drill it down. I mean, there is a best way to do this. And through experimentation, I realized that if I said certain things in a certain order, I could get the desired result. So what happened over the years is I'm making these offers, okay, that are unique to the marketplace. It sounds simple, right? I'm offering buyers and sellers something that they really want, and they're contacting me. And who was I, right? I only had my license for 3 years, but the marketplace thought I was the best solution to help buyers and sellers when they were making a move. We can do this for any of you. I have been coaching real estate agents now for over 20 years. I've created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach, trainer, guru. We show you simple, inexpensive strategies where you're going to offer buyers and sellers what they want. They're going to come to you. We're going to show you the proper presentation to make the buyers and sellers so it differentiates you, so they only want to do business with you. Your fee is not a problem when you're able to articulate enough value, right? The fee, what you charge, is only an issue in the absence of value. So we show you how to present so much value that the buyers and sellers wouldn't consider doing business with an ordinary real estate agent. They want to do business with you and only you, and they'll actually pay a premium. So that's how good the presentation has to be. Number one, they want to choose you versus the other 2 or 3 realtors they've spoken to, and they're even willing to pay you more money. Now, when all this starts to work, you're also going to need a really good follow-up system. I mean, it would be great if all the buyers and sellers we talk to every day were ready to buy and sell today. I mean, if that was true, we wouldn't need a follow-up system, right? But the truth is the opposite, that most of the buyers and sellers we speak to are not ready today. They might be a week out, a month out, 6 months out. So we teach you how to follow up using smart modern techniques, okay, how to automate the follow-up and to create this omnipresence so no matter where they go, they see you. And not only do they know who you are, they clearly understand what makes you different and better than all the other realtors. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, smash the blue thumbs up, and let me know if this makes sense to you. What is happening in your marketplace right now? Is this what's going on in your marketplace right now? Let me know if you have a massive shortage of inventory, or is it not that bad? Is it a wee bit better now? Do you have a bit more inventory coming out? Because in my marketplace, it hasn't changed. In fact, I think it's worse now than ever. I was looking at this website that's available to anyone in my marketplace, not just real estate agents. It's open to the public. And I've got to say, the information on this website is better than what the real estate agents are offering the buyers. Okay, so these public sites, okay, it's not Zillow, it's a different one. This public site gave me more information as a home buyer than what I would get from a real estate agent. It gave me everything. It gave me information on the schools. It gave me information on restaurants and areas and how much the tax bill was. what was the history on this property, how many times it's sold, what it was listed at, what it's sold for, how many days on the market. Folks, if we rely on just being information providers, I'm going to remind you again, it's not unique. It's what all the other agents offer. The buyers don't see value in it. They can do it themselves. The access they have to information today, that can't be our thing. So your offer to buyers can't be, we're going to email you daily updates of homes that are on MLS. Okay, it just can't be that. You can't be talking about, well, I provide great service and I'm going to negotiate on your best behalf. They just don't see enough value in that. So let's do things that they can't do. Let's offer them things that they can't do. You can market right now what they're looking for. Okay, we can go to bat for the buyer. We can find them a property that's not yet for sale. Again, these aren't pocket listings. The property's not on the market. You're basically advertising what the buyer wants to that neighborhood that they're looking in. Okay, we'll talk about how all the different ways to do that. They will call you. Homeowners that don't want to sell it the traditional way will contact you. You might have 2 or 3, maybe 4 respond to you. You've only got one buyer, okay? And you can easily find buyers for all the other sellers, right? Because finding the buyers is not a problem. So we teach you how to do this. We teach you how to make relevant offers. And you'll know it works right away because the phone rings. People are coming to you. How many of you would agree? Let me know in the comments if that would solve the problem. I mean, isn't that 99% of the battle here is getting qualified, ready to act buyer and sellers contacting you, asking you for help. That's what I figured out. That's how I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world within 36 months of having my real estate license. And this is what I teach real estate agents to do. It's not what you think. It's not expensive. You don't have to have a silver tongue. Look at me, okay? I knew nothing. I had never sold anything in my life. I had no marketing experience at all. I just got my license. You want to know why I got my real estate license? Because my father had his real estate license. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try real estate. Even my father didn't believe that I should. Even he discouraged me. He said, well, Craig, maybe you better not do this. You're not really good with sticking with things. You dropped out of college. You dropped out of university. You've never sold anything in your life. Maybe you should just go get a job. It's not that my father didn't want me to succeed as a real estate agent. He did. He was just trying to protect me. But, like a dummy, like most young guys, I did the opposite of what my dad told me to do. And he was right. That first year was a struggle. I almost quit. The only reason I didn't quit real estate in that first year is because I had nowhere else to go. So I was forced to figure out how to do real estate. I was forced to figure out how to make this work. And that's when I became a student of direct response marketing. Folks, this is all about marketing. It's all about the offer you make, okay? What you say, the offer, the words really matter to buyers and sellers, okay? Then it's about where to make the offer, okay? Once you have that down, you will get calls. We'll teach you how to handle the inquiries, how to qualify them, convert them, do presentations. And then guess what happens? Your business starts to grow to a point where I couldn't even do it all myself. Yeah, I couldn't even do it all. I could not honestly keep up with all the buyers and sellers that were contacting me. And as you know, I was one of the first agents in North America to create a team. This is over 20 years ago, right? I was one of the first agents in North America to hire outside sales agents. They weren't called outside sales agents back then. I just called them agents. I would contact agents in my marketplace. I would say, hey, look, here's my problem. I can't keep up with all the buyers and sellers contacting me. Why don't you come and work with me and we can somehow split the commission? That's how it all started. I started hiring agents through my own necessity. I couldn't keep up with it. And guess what? It worked. Okay. Did it work all the time? No. But I figured out how to recruit the right agents. How do I recruit them? How do I train them? We teach you that as well. So when you get to that point where you want to grow your team, can it be a disaster? Can you do it incorrectly? Absolutely. But if you understand how to recruit, how to find the right people, okay, and then how to onboard them and train them, guess what your business looks like eventually? It is a real business. It's no longer a job. See, what I had in the beginning was a job. It relied on me. How did I solve this problem? I just worked more hours, right? As I got busier, instead of working 10 hours a day, I worked 12 hours a day. Instead of working 6 days a week, I worked 7 days a week. That, is you can't keep doing that, right? So I figured out how to leverage myself with marketing. I figured out how to leverage myself with technology, and I figured how to leverage myself with people. And we'll teach you how to do the same thing. Now, if you would like to get a hold of this report on market domination, there's several pages to it here, but I lay it out. Okay, I lay out exactly how to do this, and you can order this free report. I'll tell you how to do it. Type into the comments below free report. Okay, and the free report is on market domination. So just type in free report and I'll get you a download link to this. Okay, free report. Also, the other thing I wanted to invite you to is I've got this really cool private Facebook group. It's called Rich Agent Secrets. And if you're not already in my private Facebook group, how many of you would like to get an invitation to that? Okay, let me know. All you have to do is type into the comments private group. Again, so if you type into the comments private group, I'll get you an invitation to my private Facebook group. And finally, if you've enjoyed this today and you'd like to have a conversation with my team and I at a deeper level on how we can help you, like if my approach makes sense to you, you can book a free breakthrough call. Okay, it's a 1-hour call where we'll dig in and ask you a bunch of questions about your business. You can explain to us, here's how I go about doing it. And we'll also talk about where you want to take your business. So where are you right now and where is it that you want to go? Well, first of all, if you know where you are and you also know where you want to go, why aren't you already doing it? Right? If you know where you are and you know where you want to go, why are you already not there? Because something's holding you back. So you should sign up for one of my breakthrough calls, because we'll analyze your business for free, no obligation. This isn't just a big sales pitch. And we will give you some great advice on how you can go from where you are to where you really want to go in your business. It's free of charge, no obligation. Okay. And at the end of it, of course, if you'd like to work with me at a deeper level, I would love that too. So if you want to book a session for a free breakthrough call with me and my team, if someone could type into the comments, proctorcall.com. So my name, proctorcall.com. That's a clickable link. You can go to my day timer, book a day and time that works for you. So how many of you guys enjoyed this today? Is this making sense? Again, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense. Let's make sure this year's a great year. Okay, don't make the mistake of looking around at what all the other agents are doing or what you were taught by your broker to do. Okay, if you want a different result here this year, we've got to start doing things differently, right? Like realtors come to me all the time. Well, I wanted a better result, but they're not willing to change what they're doing. Okay, I want to change how you think about this as well, because the only way that you're really going to change what you're doing is if you actually change how you think about the real estate business. Change how you think, and then you'll start changing what you do. And when you start changing what you do, you're going to change the results that you get. So I hope you found this helpful today. Again, I'm real estate coach Craig Proctor. Let me know in the comments below whether this was helpful to you today, and we'll talk to you again next time. Thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you all soon. Take care. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.